Welcome to the Mortgage Podcast, where we give tactics, strategies, and inspiration to get you to 10 plus loans per month. We talk a lot about how to make a ton of money in mortgage while also being happy and thriving in your personal life. If you want to be a mortgage millionaire, you're in the right place. Hello, everyone. It's Todd Screamo. Welcome back to the Mortgage Podcast. I appreciate you joining me. Today, we're going to tackle a subject you may have never thought of, and it's called How Do I Possibly Get It All Done? And here's where this came from. So I do a lot of job descriptions. And in the job descriptions that I learned to do years ago was, hey, these are your three primary responsibilities. And here's how we're going to measure those responsibilities. And so basically, every employee has three major jobs. That doesn't mean we don't do other things. It just means there's three really, really big jobs that we do. The other day, I sat down it was just a thought I had. And I thought, I'm going to write out everything that a loan officer needs to do in order to do 10 plus loans a month, which is my company's vision, is to get everyone to 10 loans. Well, I stopped after 3 pages, single space, and I had a big epiphany. And the epiphany was this: the job that we think a loan officer can do is not possible. I don't think any business person or business consultant or business coach that's worth their weight would be able to write out a job description for a loan officer and say, man, lots of people can fill this role. Why do I say that? Well, first of all, it's an interesting thought that in the mortgage industry, at least, we have so many jobs and then we wonder why there's 87% of people don't make it after 5 years. Well, it's because the job is too big. If you really think about it, like if I were to rewrite the ideal job description for a loan officer, I would put meeting with referral accounts, meeting with borrowers, solving major problems. That's the 3 things that I would put. But in today's world, for most of us, I would have to add chief marketing officer, sales funnel expert, CRM expert. I call it collateral material, or a lot of things that like offers and stuff like that are done in Canva. So I'd have to be some sort of digital expert with those kind of technologies. I could go on and on. The job's too big. I got to learn databasing and target marketing and all this stuff. And the problem is that when you look at those 20, 30, 40 jobs, and we're only good at 20% of them or 30% of them, then we're kind of setting ourselves up for failure. So this kind of is foreshadowing some things. So I'll give you an example of how I think about this and where I think we're headed. So most of you guys know I run a marketing and sales company called Jolt, and it's meant to take off about 40% of the jobs that a loan officer does. So all of their marketing, all of their social media, all of their target marketing. I even have people that make appointments for them. And you're like, Todd, can't they make their own appointments? Well, yes, but can they do it consistently is really the question. So even though it may only be 10 phone calls a day, can someone really make 10 calls every single day and take 2 or 3 loan apps and meet with 2 or 3 realtors? Probably not, right? We could probably do it half the time, but most people don't even do that. When you're like, why is that? Because the job description is wrong. It's too many jobs. If you think about my underwriters, so think about underwriters for a second, just to use an example. They've got 3 jobs, and their main job is to underwrite loans. Well, they underwrite about 75 to 85 files a month. Our metric is somewhere in there. So if you underwrite 80 loans in a month, you did your job. You signed off the conditions, that's number 2, you did your job. Okay? And it's pretty simple. And they don't have other jobs. Now, you say, well, Todd, they got a lot of documentation. They got to know this software. Yeah, but it's all within the realm of underwriting, right? An underwriter is not underwriting a file for 3 hours and then doing a sales presentation in front of 50 people and then developing collateral material for their next thing. So those are I just wanted to give you guys some thoughts around this. I think the industry is broken because of what I just said. It's broken. I mean, you wouldn't find, pharmaceutical reps, they don't have an 87% attrition rate. Like if you're a pharmaceutical rep, probably, 20 years later, 70% of them are still pharmaceutical reps, right? It doesn't have, the other industries don't have the attrition that we have. It's massive. in mortgage. And it's massive in real estate for the same reason. So I just want to give you some thoughts. Maybe this helps you delegate more. Maybe it helps you hire a virtual assistant faster. Maybe it helps you join Jolt, which I know sounds like I'm kind of sliding that in. I'm not really trying to slide it in. I think it's the direction the industry needs to go. And I've proven it already because in Jolt, of all the clients we got, they're averaging over 11 loans a month, which is top 1% in the country. So, and I have several students, they were doing 2 or 3 loans. Now they're doing 9, 11, 14, right? It's just like, whoa. Why? Because we simplified their job and pushed them into a few different roles and took about 70% of their roles away to teams that have the true ability to get them done consistently and at a high level. So our industry is broken. And I hope that this hits home a little bit, and I hope that you can think about it. And maybe it causes some changes, or maybe it leads you to think of better solutions in the future. Okay? I hope you share this with someone because that's how this stuff spreads. If you could just text it to one person right now, I would deeply appreciate it. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.